Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Just do another lesson, and it's again on 1 point perspective. I have a drawing here. This is what we're going to aim for. I think it's a good idea just to give you an idea what we're going to draw before the actual drawing begins. So I'll try to do it from now on. Just wasn't thinking before. So this is what we're planning on doing. So the 1 point perspective. Again, the reason it's 1 point is coming from 1 point and it comes out. It's a bit more relaxed. We're not going to use straight lines at all. We're going to use kind of more natural, kind of flowing kind of movements. So this is the aim. Right, so what you'll need is, again, a sheet of paper. I'm going to use an A3. I have a sketch pack this time, so you can use an A4. And if you do have a sketchbook, try to draw into the sketchbook just so you can compile them all together. I find it's the easy way to keep them all together because they can rip and all the rest of it once they're out of a sketchbook. Anyway, all you need is a piece of paper and two pencils, and I have a rubber. So I'm going to use a 6B. I'm only going to use just a 6B because I find the lighter pencils a bit more difficult to see in the video. So I'm just going to use this lightly first, and then I'll use it dark. And this is a very dark pencil, so I'll have to do it very lightly at first. And an eraser as well, just in case you do happen to make any mistakes. So what we'll start off with the horizon line, and the horizon line goes from one side to the next. Again, what I mentioned at the start of the lesson is we're going to use a bit more free flowing movement. So we're not going to go for a straight line. I'm just going to go for a line, or say around about halfway and right across. We're trying to make it a bit flowy, so it's not going to be straight. Intentionally not in straight. So again, what we do is we'll get a point on that line, and what we'll do is we will draw a wavy line like this. And again, we'll go back to the vanishing point, the center point, and we'll do another wavy one, another wavy line. So it'll go out and back, like that. Okay. So that's the horizon, the vanishing point, and then these are the lines that are kind of coming out from it. Okay, then the next thing is we're going to put little posts. And again, what we're going to be doing, similar to the last lesson, is we're going to draw lines going vertical, coming from those lines that came from the vanishing point upwards. The closest ones will be the biggest, and as they get further and further away, they're going to look smaller and smaller. So we'll just do a few light ones just to get started. Make sure that they're kind of getting smaller. Okay, it's not bad. So maybe I'll do it a little bit bigger. I'll do this one a bit bigger. So again, this is all light just to get your bearings of what the drawing's going to look like. Don't go in too heavy or too dark yet. Just map out the drawing first, and once you're happy with that, then we can start darkening in the lines. Okay, so that's the idea. Okay, so now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to mark out the tops of the trees around here. So I'm going to have trees just in behind the horizon. And what I'm going to do is just a wavy little line, kind of like what we were doing at the start. Just going up and around. So that's going to be what the trees are, tops of the trees. And in the image that we had at the start, we had mountains in the background. So I'll just create a mountain, and all you have to do is that, and then you have another one that's kind of in behind, so the line will start from here and go off the actual page altogether, so you don't get the whole mountain in. Right, after that then, I'm going to put up a board that goes right across all the points. So all we're going to do is follow this line. We're going to bring it higher, so it's going to connect them all around here. So again, lightly, just draw them, just connecting all these poles together. And the same here as well, so it's going to go out. So that's the idea. Okay. Right, next thing is then so the light, so what's happening here is I'm going to have the light coming from here, and that means the light's going to be casting this way. So I'm going to draw lines out here, which means this is the shadow. So it's going to go from left to right, all the way out. And the same on these posts here. They're going to come out this side. So the sun's coming this way, so this side of the post is getting hit with sun, this side of the post isn't, and it's casting a shadow. Right, now we'll start kind of putting in a few more details. So I'll start taking up the posts. So the closest ones are bigger. I'll actually make that a little bit bigger. So start thickening them in, so kind of like rectangles, but they are getting smaller as they get further and further away. And again, I'll just do the same. You can have more or less posts if you like. Do one small net there. And then what we'll do is this line here, we'll thicken it up. And what I'll do is I'll follow the line up to it here, and I'll break it off so then it becomes another line like that. And the same here, so it's going to be... Right, and the same thing, we'll follow the line, and up around here we'll start to break it off. So to see a different shape of it. Okay. Right, so I'll start, so as I mentioned, so the darkest part, and the thing is, with drawing you use a pencil differently. Now I'll start to change the pencil sideways. And this is to get it darker, to use the side of the pencil to get the darker, well, to get the pencil not embedded into the paper, but just using the darkness of the pencil by using its side. If that makes sense. The more variations you use of the pencil, the more interesting it can be. You can get all sorts of different techniques with it. I'll show you now in a second with the tree there as well. So there you go. So the reason I'm darkening the right side of the pole, because the light's coming this side, and this side of the pole isn't being hit by the sun. That's the general idea. So I'm going to kind of loosely just do these marks out. So it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Okay, and same out here. And what I'll do is I have to put this shadow, this board into the shadow. So the same deal is I'm going to connect them up around here like this. Again, so it has to be loose. Gets further and further away. And the same around here. So I'll just give you that feeling there. Okay. You can darken that in a little yourself. So what I'll do is then we'll start creating the trees. So what I want to do is hold the pencil sideways, and I'm just going to get you to move the pencil around, kind of like you're shaking your hand. So get that going around here, goes down. Again, you'll have more time to spend on this now. Okay, so I'll just keep on doing that. I'll do it over here, and I'll come and see me changing from different different holds of the pencil as I'm going through it. So it's kind of this jittery type of movement. I'll do parts of it and I'll give you an idea. So it's the idea that parts of this are getting caught by the light, and the parts that I'm drawing in are the parts that are shadow. So little wavy kind of marks. I'll just do this. Again, you can spend more time and you can try to experiment with the different types of pencil markings you can get. Okay. Kind of gives you that feeling that it's like random. The randomness of the tree, the leaves. Okay, so we're happy enough with that. Like, so what I'll do is I'll start doing different parts of it, just kind of give you an idea. It's a tree trunk coming out of the ground. Same here, I'll do a thicker one here, and I'm going to branches out. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of shadow this. I'm going to turn it sideways again. Kind of like it's a bush or something in the background. I'll just darken in this part here because this is where the foliage will be under the tree where the light doesn't get. And I'll just do a few more pieces. So I'll just kind of start using different types of markings. I'll just do this. I'll bring the shadow just out to the field that we just created. Okay. And one thing I'll do is I'll put grass just here where the posts, so where the path kind of meets the field. Again, more random type of lines. And they get smaller and smaller as you get away. You get that kind of this staggered kind of line again. Going left, right. Now the grass is long or short as you like. It just gets further and further away. You can again spend more time at this darkening parts of it. I'll just kind of, so the shadow's going this way, I'm going to put the side of the mountain over here, that's not getting caught. And same here, so the light's going this way, so this part of the mountain's not being fully caught by the light. You can put trees and all the rest of it in on the mountains in the background, this kind of thing. You can kind of get the idea, like, so I'll just darken parts of the tree. And what I'll do is I'll just do grass in the field. And all it is 2 or 3 little lines. Kind of gives it a feel that's grass. Well, that's the general idea. Like, so it's the same premise. We're being more relaxed with the the lines coming from the vanishing point, which is here. It's gone now. It's obviously inside of the tree there. So there you go. It's a bit more free flowing, a bit more kind of I don't know, a bit more easy to get ideas coming from this. You can put things in the field here to the left, to the right. You can have it straighter. You can have it going from left upwards, so the field will be going this way if you'd like. But it's the same idea. So just start off with the vanishing point, the horizon, and the lines that you create. You can put pickets, or if you want, you can put them into street lights, or like stuff like that. Same idea. The only thing is the same premise applies. The closer it is to you, the bigger it's going to appear. As it goes further and further away, it's going to be smaller. So in this case, the trees here are going to look smaller than the post here. In reality, it's not. It's just the way it looks. So give it a go. You don't need too much in this. You need a pencil, at least 1 pencil on a page, 2 pencils, a eraser, and experiment it, try it. It can be quite tricky to get your head around, but the more you do it, the better you'll get it. And again, it's the same idea. Just keep on drawing, guys. And I'll come back to you with a different lesson. Right, talk to you later. Take it easy.